Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Satono Diamon the horse and also Marvelous Sunday Gus SSR and Curren Speed SR. Starting off with Satono Diamon, she shows up in the anime, which is a very big boon to why people are going to be pulling her. She's also notably the face of the freaky meme, right? The freaky meme that's been going around with her tongue sticking out, that's her. She's also in the anime, and that's because she's the rival to Kita-san Black. Every now and then you will see the two of them released together. It will always be them together. It will be Kita-san Black first, either the New Year version followed by New Year Satono Diamond, and then later on you will get a anime Kita-san Black, and then there will also be a different version of Satono Diamond, which is the Laak Satono Diamond. So there's a bunch of different versions of them that are out there. She's designed to be a backliner primarily as a late surger, and she runs on both the medium and long tracks and has a C aptitude in Mal, which is viable enough for the make a new track scenario. Her unique, eternal encompassing shine is mostly going to be finishing speed unique as it activates on the final straight. It has a base duration of 5 seconds with an increased target speed of 0.45 if she's 5 meters away or less from the first place. So that means you want to be really far in front rather than being far behind, right? You also get an increased target speed of 0.35 if you are very far away. So you really want to be closer in order to try and get that extra 0.45 finishing speed. So get a lot of good mid legs, get a lot of good acceleration skills, and she will be very solid. Notably, however, you can inherit this. It will be 0.25 speed if inherited, as long as you meet the conditions, which means that it's very solid for pace chasers in order to try to be in front, or well, not in front, but close to the front, right? On some long tracks in our current day and age, you can technically force her to go end closer since she has a C aptitude on end and also hunt for straightaway your spurt, right? Depending on the CM, the straightaway spurt is usually going to be very solid, right? You will sacrifice your own innate skills since those skills are late surger, but you will get access to the very powerful straightaway spurt for that kind of CM when it's very valuable skill. You can also make her into a pace chaser since she has B aptitude on pace, but you will be sacrificing her innate skills, but she will have an easier time to get 0.45 target speed out of her unique because she is closer to the front, right? Just depends on what accelerations are more relevant for that CM. Maybe Taiki and Ishino is better, maybe your straightaway spurt is better, maybe your late surges are perfectly viable, up to you, depends on the CM, right? In terms of innate skills, she has Feature Act, is a long exclusive speed skill that activates on late race if you are positioned towards the front. Is a proper alignment with her unique. Her unique wants her to be near the front, so that means that you want to get Feature Act every time you are using her as a long horse, right? Lie in wait is also one of the more reliable recoveries for the late surger position, which is very useful when you're trying to hit some very insane stamina requirements for long CMs. Firm conditions is also nice to have for the firm tracks, and the gold version of right-handed straight up gives you 60 plus stats on both speed and power. Right-handed hints are a bit harder to get than the usual speed and acceleration skills in general, so this skill might be a bit too expensive. Try to cheapen it by getting your fast learner, or maybe if you have spare skill points and nothing else to spend on, you can go and buy this thing over here, right? So for the Satono Diamond, she does come in a pretty awkward time. First off, late surgers will scale very well later on because they will get access to a very strong skill called Lose Yourself. Lose Yourself is a very powerful acceleration for the long CM. Right now on the long CM, the meta is dominated by the end closer. So it will be Ghost Ship, Mayano, Tamamo, all of these are very powerful in the end closer position, right? Front runners are also very strong in the angling and scheming department. Victory Cheer from Kita-san Black, also Borum Season Sky, Break It Down, all of them are just very powerful uniques as well for longs, and also later on Esmaru is coming out soon, so they are going to get very powerful, right? Pace Chasers also will get Nishino Flower, which is a very good acceleration because it combines usually with Taiki Shuttle. When Taiki Shuttle works, usually Nishino Flower works, so that means you can kind of stack them together, and end closers have the good old straightaway spurt, right? So this is the time where late surgers are kind of like gamblers. On your left is not buffed yet, on your left will get buffed later, so it will be a much stronger skill. And also late surgers right now, they kind of only play for Major, Ryan and Dober, and some tracks there are just no corners for Ryan and Dober to trigger, so it's a little bit awkward for them on those tracks, right? So right now Satono is in not a really good timing in her life, and also Satono Diamond does get different versions of her which are built for very different hyper specific things. For example, the New Year version of Satono is literally a Buga owner. She has the skill inside of her, so that's something that specializes her into the long specific CMs. And then you get the Laak version. The Laak version also has a exclusive medium acceleration, and we are also going to be running on the long champ CM during the Laak scenario. It's the French track exactly, right? So they built the Laak horse to run on the Laak CM, right? So it's literally made for it. So there's a bunch of different horse versions of her, and those might be more valuable to you if you want to be really powerful for those specific CMs. Up to you, right? So This horse will have different variations. You can choose your best variation, or if you love her so much, then pull all 3 variations. Some people, they just want to pull Kita-san Black because she's the face of the Kita-san Black card, and that's why people want to go and pull her, up to you. Right? Following that, we have the Marvelous Sunday Guts SSR. This card is straight up bad. We don't have to talk about this at all actually. 60% mood effect when the bond gauge is full. 6 mood effect, who cares? 5% race bonus is mediocre. The other versions of her are better. She literally has a power card with 15% and a wit SR with 10% race bonus, and also gives you ramp up hints. It's also really solid, right? On top of that, the guts card gives you guts bonus. It doesn't give you speed, power, or SP bonus. Those are more valuable. You will be using Ayabe guts, Serious Symboli, Seeking the Pearl, up to you, right? All of these have very solid different bonuses instead of guts bonus. We don't need to max guts. We need to max the power and the speed even when we're clicking guts, right? So that's why we want to go and click things that are not the guts bonus. And lastly, this card also gives you a go recovery for long tracks instead of a speed and acceleration skill. On long tracks, you don't usually use guts at all. You usually use a stamina deck because you need to go and meet the actual CM requirements for stamina, right? Arima Kinan is fake. We don't talk about that one. Arima Kinan, you want to use guts, you can go ahead and do it if you want to, but otherwise you don't have to do it because there is no Arima Kinan CM in the entirety of Make a New Track scenario, right? So basically this card is completely worthless. Please do not go and pull this card at all, right? On the other hand, Curren is a very decent stat stick. She is currently the highest special priority on an SR card because she has 65 specialty priority. So she's a very solid speed card. She also has a unique effect that gives her another 10% friendship bonus and 5% race bonus. So this is actually a very serviceable card, but I do not know how you're gonna get it because she comes out on this really horrendous guts banner. You please do not pull this banner just to get this card over here unless you're really just joining the game and you literally have no other banners to go and pull on. This card is solid and can definitely carry you even into the Grand Life scenario and onwards, but of course try your best to get a full deck of 6 SSRs as soon as possible so that you will be able to borrow all those other niche cards that you need to go and hunt down later on in the future, right? So ultimately, in conclusion, Satono Diamon is a long horse with a finishing unique and a reliable goal recovery inside of a kit, making her a very decent long horse to go and pick up, while Marvelous Sunday Guts SR is the worst guts card, one of the worst that you can actually get in the game right now. And Curren speed is very decent, but please do not hunt it down unless you really have no other speed cards and you're really homeless, right? Then we can perhaps choose to go and hunt this down just so you can get at least one playable speed card for the scenario. Alright, so that's pretty much it guys. Thanks for watching. If you want to ask any more questions, feel free to go through the Ko-fi for direct messages. Otherwise, go through the community Discord and then go and ask people for answers to your questions. They will help you out. You can also join me on the YouTube or Twitch live streams, and I will also try my best to assist you. And also Twitch and YouTube chat are also some of the veterans as well, so they will be able to answer your questions as well, whether you want to pull on the horses or not. Remember, while I do say that Satono is not the greatest horse, she's definitely a usable horse. So if you want to go and pull your favorite horse and use her, go ahead and do that. Alright, do not let that stop you. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching guys. I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.